Chain reactions are a certain group of various processes which are connected to each other in one way or another and create chain-like structures. Those connections appear when a specific process emits its reaction products, which become the energy source of another process. That process also emits its reaction products, which are used in yet another process, and etc. If one of the processes is eliminated from that system, it makes the whole chain reaction to fall apart because it loses its components. Every moment spent without a stimulator weakens the energy of reaction because this process doesn't have the energy source. After the process loses its stimulator, it goes only from inertia. With time, the energy of inertia weakens too, and it causes a decrease of reaction energy. At that moment, the reaction depends only on inertia energy and negative stimulators, which suppress the reaction. In principle, inertia appears in a phenomenon because of stimulators' inaccurate fulfillment of that phenomenon's energy needs. As it was mentioned before, every phenomenon has its own energy limits and specific duration of its activity, which consists of starting point, culmination, and outcome, and in normal conditions a phenomenon goes within its limits and usual duration while using its energy source. However, in most cases, phenomenons meet various kinds of destructive forces during their activities, which disturb their energy. So, in order for a phenomenon to be effective enough and to perform its functions properly, all the destructive forces around that phenomenon should be neutralized. When a destructive force affects the chain reaction, it disturbs the normal energy flow in it, and the discontinued part of that energy is shifted from its usual path in the chain reaction to a different direction. The spreading direction of that discontinued energy part depends on spreading direction of destructive force before contact with the chain reaction. After that contact, the new spreading direction of constituent particles of chain reaction will be the sum of the previous spreading direction of destructive forces particles before the contact and the previous spreading direction of chain reactions particles before the contact. Those particles, which had more energy before the contact, will determine the new spreading direction of the chain reactions particles more significantly. It means that if destructive forces particles had more energy than chain reactions particles, but were spreading to the opposite direction, then the new spreading direction of the chain reactions particles after the contact would be the same as destructive forces particles before the contact, and the chain reaction's eventual spreading energy would be the difference between the destructive forces and chain reactions energies. And if the spreading directions of both forces before the contact were the same, then the new spreading direction of the chain reactions particles remain the same as before the contact, and its final energy would be the sum of destructive forces and chain reactions energies before the contact.